you're on this high horse and you're superior or better than everyone or anyone around you for different reasons, depending on the situation that you find yourself.
To my own understanding, pride is this feeling you have that you are better than a particular person or some set of people that you feel they have no relevance to you.
I think everyone is proud. I, for one, in different situations, I find myself acting in a prideful manner. People are proud, depending on the situation.
Yeah, probably because of their achievements, their level of affluence. Probably they feel they've achieved a lot of things, and they feel, okay, this people is not even up to my own level. There's nothing this person say that I will listen to. I feel whatever I do is better.
Pride is in everybody. Everyone has that iota of pride, and it comes from a sense of insecurity. You're proud because you feel that, okay, I'm lacking in this area of my life. Maybe I'm too short, I'm too small, or this, so I have to pretend like it doesn't get to me. So I have to use a sense of I don't care, a sense of you tend to feel like, okay, you don't want it to get to you, so you put up this mirage, like you are bigger.
I think it's in our nature to be proud. It's in human nature, so it's probably depends on what's making an individual proud at probably a particular time or whatever situation the person is in. It could be probably the achievements or something, but like I said earlier, it's in us.
No, I'm not proud, because I try as much as possible to just bring myself down. I try as much as possible. I'm not. I don't think. No, I'm not.
Everyone has pride. And okay, in a gathering, if I come to somewhere and someone is extremely proud, it irritates me. It really does irritate me. And straight up, I'm like going to want to be like, maybe leave the place or not be around the person, because I feel like there are different levels. Some people also have in mind that they have to be considerate about where to showcase their pridefulness or how to showcase their pridefulness. But sometimes if I find myself in a situation, it's either I walk out of there because of the way I am. I have to say it out there. Like, you don't have to act like this way to prove that you're whoever or you're whatever. So literally, I have to just tell you straight up, or I leave the place, or I can't even be around you, depending on the level of pride that you feel you're showcasing.
When I meet people who are proud, all I just do is keep my distance.
I'm a very sensitive person. Personally, I've lived with a lot of people. I've met a lot of people from different race, and we have individual character and temperaments. And when it comes to that, you find out that you meet some people. It's in women, it's in men, and you meet some people, and they want to reverence them when they are nothing.
I think you should just know the person that you are with, know, okay, how best to manage this person with their pride and all. I think it would be best to understand them very well before you know how to relate properly with them.
I make it a point of importance in my life to be conscious of it, to be conscious of where I've really felt I'm actually stepping on other people's toes as a result of trying to fulfill my own self-ego, to feed my own self-ego. So I try to be conscious of things like that. So that's how I check my own pride.
Well, how do I manage pride in myself? I basically, depending on the situation where that pride comes into play, I have to learn to tone it down. Because sometimes, however you act, naturally, me, I'm a very sensitive person, and if I'm around people, however I act might be or could be detrimental to a lot of people's feelings.
You have to manage this, and you must be godly in order to manage pride. That is all I know. Then again, to manage it again, you have to have a sense of belonging with each other. And also you have to try to coexist with people. That is how you manage pride.
There's a tendency of you being proud, but I think if you are self-disciplined enough, you'll be able to manage it. Yeah, you should be able to draw the line to know where you should be proud of probably an achievement or something, and when you shouldn't let it get into you. There's a saying that pride comes before a fall, so you should be able to manage it. So I just feel it's about self-discipline. It's not like there's no pride, it's there. So you should just know how to manage it.
When I see people that I know they have pride, you don't clash your own pride with their own pride. Because like I said earlier, everyone has pride in them. Now you see someone that has pride, I believe you play the humble one.
I would advise anyone that's any proud, or maybe because that you are proud, that should be in your home. And that should be for yourself. It's good sometimes at some level, you tolerate it or you have it in you because it's in everybody. But there are places that it makes sense. There are places it makes sense. So my advice is that know the parameters, where you bring out that pride in you. I can see you maybe as a successful person. Yes, it is good. You can be proud. You can be proud of yourself, but not at being proud of yourself that other people should now be lying on the ground for you to walk upon them. No, the gift of a man, make it a way for him. All things that you have is all by God.
Everyone is proud. I have my own pride on different things, different aspects, different spheres of life, which I feel everyone should have. So pride, it has the negative, it has the positive, it is advantageous, it is disadvantageous. So you should just learn both spheres literally and be able to balance them. If you can balance, because you have to have an atom of pride. I mean, that is how you're a human being. That is how you can come out and say, my name is Linda Okonkwo, and you say it with a level of strength because you know who you are. So you literally have to have that pride, but you have to know how to balance it considering the people around you.
So I'm telling anybody that is living on that cloud to just calm down, because where you are, somebody has been there before. That's all.
Thank you for watching today. You are watching Emotions with Omenesa. This show is pretty much an advisory show, teaching you how to take control of your emotions so your emotions will not take control of you. Today, my topic is on pride. Pride is a very, very evil personality. I mean, it's like truly, it's really almost like an evil spirit. It's just bad. You know how some people just walk into a room and you could just see their shoulders all the way up high. And when you're talking to them, they're so condescending. They have a way of looking down at you, because they are so much better than you. It will shock you to know that a lot of people who exhibit pride, they are actually very mushy people. Like, their heart is not even as deep and it's not even as hard as they come off to be. Well, not all of them, but some of them, because pride really is an exterior. Pride is a mask, it's a wall. It's a wall. And most people who are proud don't even know that they are proud. And I am one of them. I am somebody who, I hang around everybody. People don't even know the magnitude of accomplishments that I have done, and the magnitude of schooling and the types of people I've met, the caliber of people I've met, the level of exposure, the level of education that I've met, because I have made it my point of duty to relate to everybody the same way that God relates to everyone, which is equally. I don't show that at all. However, people have had this type of notion that, who does she think she is? She just thinks she's all that. So that made me look within to actually find out what is that thing that keeps on misrepresenting me. I actually found out that it was shyness, but in the cause of trying to hide my shyness, in the cause of trying to hide hide my abilities. In the cause of actually trying to be humble, I developed an exterior which came out to be prideful. And then when you are dealing with such an exterior, you eventually become that exterior. You know, it's just like people who, when they have walls all over them, they think that they're guarding people from them, but they're actually guarding themselves from people. So they end up being the one who is caged, or who are caged. So basically, pride. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. But there is hope. There are ways to take care of it. There was a time that I had recorded my very first album, and my dad, I was way younger then. I think I was like 16 or so. I was young. And my dad invited the high and mighty. We had everybody who was anybody in that hall. And I'll never forget when my dad was trying to get my attention to come over, say hi to everybody and thank everybody. I was just looking at him like, whatever. That was an element of pride. You know, I was the center of attention. It was my album launch. I'm going to speak to you when I feel like speaking to you. I didn't have the common sense, and I didn't have the humility to know that I was in that place because of those people. I didn't have the humility to know that that my CDs were actually being sold and they were being bought by human beings, not by vapor, not by ghosts, but by the same people that I was being prideful towards. You know, so I had to start being very, very intentional. And I even had to just like go out of my way so that I could really, really work on that. Because like I said, first of all, it started with just being timid and being shy. And then I started wearing this really thick coat, you know, so you wouldn't see how shy I was. So you wouldn't see just how weak I felt. And then that coping mechanism, that exterior, became pride. On my wedding day, I was so ashamed. Of course, I was not ashamed on my wedding day, but years later, I looked back and I just couldn't believe what I did. I got dressed, wore my gown, and this was going to be the first time that a lot of people were seeing me in a very, very long time, because I've lived in America my whole life, and then here I was on my wedding day, and so the house was full of guests, bishops, and just really, really important people, basically. And they were sitting down in the living room, and I had dressed up, and all these people were looking forward to seeing me, looking forward to praying for me before I head on to the church. I came downstairs in my tube dress, my makeup done, my hair up like it was up in a very, very nice style. And I came downstairs, and because I was shy, because as soon as I just walked downstairs, like there were over like 20 bishops were sitting down in the living room, pastors and deacons and bishops, and oh my gosh, and I was just shy. So what I did was I walked into the room, and I could have said, oh, good morning. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. I am so grateful. Oh, thank you so much for, and my wedding was on a Friday, so people had to go to work. So I could have said, oh, thank you so much for just getting the day off and spending this day with us. Oh, God bless you. Oh, I am so excited. I can hardly wait to be married. No. What I did was I came downstairs. I saw all of those bishops. I wanted the ground to open up and swallow me because I was extremely self-conscious and very, very shy. But what did I do? I held my dress up and I walked out slowly. And what made it worse was all of these bishops, because it was my day, all of them stood up to honor me. So as soon as I came downstairs, all of them stood up. All of them. Even my marriage counselor, our premarital counseling was done by one of the bishops. He stood up. I mean, everybody stood up. I was in my 20s. These people are like in their 50s, in their 60s, some in their 70s. And I just carried myself like a prima donna. And I'm sure that I looked like I had no home training. And they know who raised me, so they knew that I had training. So they probably just assumed, she's really proud. She's really cocky. And the exterior, your exterior could really, really betray you. It could just sell you out. So when people are saying, oh, you're so cocky, you are so prideful, maybe you may not want to be upset. Maybe you may not want to be defensive. Maybe you may actually want to listen to their reasons. Why do you say I'm proud? Well, you walk into a room and you don't say hi. Well, for somebody like me, because I know just how shy I could be when I'm not in my element, I've experienced that. I have walked into rooms where I'm like, oh my God, there's just so many people. And then I'm trying to run out. And then I look like I'm disrespectful. I look like I don't even know how to greet. I look like I don't even know how to say hi or how you doing. So when I found out that that was an impediment, because it is an impediment, when I found out that that is an issue in my life, I had to immediately start working on it. What did I do? I made sure that I was intentional. I started becoming aware of my personality. So when people walk in, do I say hi? Am I the first to say hi? Am I friendly? Am I available? Or am I, yeah, hello, hi. Do I wait for people to say hi to me? Why can't I say hi first? Like, what's wrong with that? Like, what's actually wrong with you saying hi first? Why can't you say hi first? The only way that you could actually accept people for who they are, you would have to be intentional. Okay, so I had to be intentional, and as soon as friends and strangers and different types of people were just coming my way, I was open for it. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, I don't want to have to try to get used to this type of person because this person is not from this religion, or this person doesn't have the same status as I do, or this person is not in the same level. I mean, like, what is that? That's just stupid. You are in no level. We are all the same. All of us. We breathe the same. We are going to die in probably different ways, but we are going to be buried the same. Okay? We are going to die in the same process. It's the same process of death. So what's the cockiness for? You know? And so I decided that I was going to be intentional. I was going to be, oh, hello. Oh, hi. I was going to speak with my eyes. I was going to maintain eye contact. And I was going to genuinely from my soul, I was going to care about the words that are coming out of their mouth. I was going to treat them like they are important because they are important. I was going to give a handshake. I was going to give a side kiss on the cheek. I was going to be complimentary. So you walk in and I don't know, oh, hello. Oh, it's so nice meeting you. And I give you a handshake, and I just make sure that that environment where you and I abide at that time is positive, and it's full of positive energy. And that will behoove on me. It will behoove on you. It will behoove on you to have a positive atmosphere. And the only way that you can do that is to exude and the only way to do that is to exude that positivity. And the only way to be positive is to let your guard down and get off the high horse. Basically, let your guard down and get off your high horse. I have a couple of tips. I have this tip of where stop taking yourself too seriously. I found out that in my pride walk, I was taking things so seriously. People will make a joke and I'll be like, well, he didn't have to joke like that. Like, that's too far. That's just so disrespectful. Why did he have to say that? Why did he say it that way? Another tip is to own up to your mistakes. When you know that you are wrong, just apologize. I'm sorry. Don't try to play the age card or the status card, you know, because you are higher than the other person, so they don't deserve an apology. No. Take ownership of your mistakes. Take ownership that you shouldn't have said what you said. Take ownership that you shouldn't have done what you did. Take ownership of it. You know, people actually fall in love with the vulnerability of people. You will be amazed that people would actually gravitate towards you when you were more of a human being rather than being higher than thou. Become curious. And because pride is a very, very destructive thing. It isolates you. It makes you think that you know more than what you do know. It makes you think that you are more than who you really are. You know, so be humble, meet people at the same level. Be very, very grateful for being alive. Be thankful that you can affiliate with people. Be thankful that you still have a job with that prideful attitude. And just get down your high horse. Just get off the high horse and be humble. Another way that you can take care of pride is to ask questions. Actually, ask people, what do you think about me? What do you think about my manner of approach or my tone or my behavior? What do you think about me? You know, and be ready for whatever it is that they're going to tell you. Ask questions about yourself. And speaking about questions, if you're in a room where everybody is talking and they're all having opinions, and somebody just talks about something, like maybe talks about a war, or you know, talks about a certain type of career, a prideful person would actually want to act like they know about that war, like they actually know what they're talking about. Be humble enough to say, I don't even know what y'all are talking about, and be curious enough to know what they are talking about. Because if you sit down in the corner not wanting to know, or you probably want to know but you don't want them to know that you don't know, so you just stay in a corner and you're trying to be all high and mighty, and the truth is you are still ignorant about that topic. Just be somebody that is easy to get along with. And don't compare yourself with people. Don't ever compare yourself with people. You are not better than anybody, and nobody is better than you. We're all the same. We're all the same. We have the same blood flowing through our veins, okay? So we have to practice being humble. Being humble is not something that's just gonna come on you, because most of human nature is out to take care of the outward and not the inward. If you just sit down and actually listen to the words coming out of people's mouths, you would find out that a lot of what they're saying is true, you know, but we have to be humble enough to actually listen to what it is that they are saying, you know. Another tip for not being prideful is to become a giver. Avail yourself. Give of yourself. Be available. You know, volunteer somewhere. It's not all about you. It's not all about you. Find a way of changing somebody's life. Find a way of completely altering a negative pattern in somebody's life. Make a difference in somebody's life. It's not all about you. Pride is a very, very evil thing, and it keeps people away from you, and eventually it could make you sick, because then you end up in loneliness, and then when you're lonely, then you deal with all kinds of illnesses, and then even when you're dying, nobody knows that you're dying. Pride is a very, very big thing, and sometimes it is bigger than others. Sometimes it could be bigger than you, but remember, like the theme of this show is emotions, and being in control of your emotions and not allowing your emotions to be in control of you. So in other words, you are bigger than pride. You are bigger than it. So get off the high horse and be intentional today. You will have to jump off a cliff, just knowing that you will not crash. control of your emotions will be in control of you.